Hello everyone and welcome to a video that I've been intending to make for a long time, and I haven't been able to do that due to thank you Microsoft for removing Upload Studio so I can make videos properly. I don't have to bloody go out my way to download discs into my phone, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. Got college's pain in the ass. So my current problem with Destiny is, and I'll label the points out now, is how lackluster Beyond Light was, as well as Season of the Hunt. I'll separate those two things. Sunsetting would taken more away than giving back. Obviously I wasn't expecting to get 600 plus weapons back, but I was expecting more than 26 and more than 4 being good. And then we have the upcoming changes, which I'm okay about, but some I'm not that big happy on. Nothing against people play Fortnite. It's a bit simple Bungie. Think of something unique. All I care is copy the Gears system. I know that's a bit hypocritical, don't copy Fortnite, copy Gears, but the Gears system is much quicker to glitch through. And it's simple, and you get bloody free shit and all that. So I'll start with my main problem with Beyond Light. Bungie overhyped it. Bungie wanted to make it look as good as, obviously they want to sell, but when the content isn't there, literally the most enjoyable thing I've done in Beyond Light are the Lost Sectors on Master Difficulty solo to get the new exotics. And I love the new exotics, Icefall Mantle, that thing is dirty in PvP when you use it in the right scenario. I've literally been using it in my comp matches, and I've been doming fuckers. Right? Oh yeah, I'm not changing that all. But Precious Scars, I've used that in game PvE. That healing aura is great. I actually really like Precious Scars, and it's got competition with Saint 14, over which I use. Probably Saint 14 because of my bloody stat distribution. Then we have the Warlock ones, which I ain't got, but I've seen them in action. The Quad of Grips, I would say, is the better one, due to how it works with Thorn, where it just one shot and it cascades the Thorn burn and all that. That is really strong. I'm gonna get positives. Obviously, is what I've been doing. The Warlock helmet looks like a Fire Mantis, dopey ass thing. And as well, the old bloody Dawnblade, it needed something. They gave it an exotic, that's fair, that's giving it a purpose. But I generally do feel like they need to give it more than just an exotic. They do need to buff the damage of the bloody subclass. And the Hunters, Arthur's Embrace. I can't pronounce that first word for me, so I'm calling it Arthur's Embrace. I've seen clips of that thing and it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. People are using the one-hit throw knife. This will be your best friend. Go use it. Then we have Master Bakris. Who, Bungie? Who hurt you? As you may tell from the gameplay, I play on console. Explains the Crimson. That thing's disgusting. And Bakris is they're there 1 second, now they're gone. It's same on PC, but not to the same extent, because they tried to bloody my Japanese words that I can't say or pronounce properly because I don't watch the anime and that shit. So you can tell what I'm getting at. The fucker says what in Japanese after just that, right? Things like Mario Mushindu, what the sod that is, right? That bloody helmet is really good, but that's more or less tying into what the stasis subclass for Hunter is. Really good. Same with all the stasis subclasses. Because we'll start with Hunter. I said about Hunter, I'll start with Hunter, right? So the super, which is Silence and Squall, right? Yeet one, freeze. Yeet the other one, shatter. Oh, here's a tornado. I generally think the super is fine, it's just the tornado is just giving me D1 flashbacks of Shinobu's Vow. If you played D1 and played against Shinobu's Vow when it first came out with skip grenades, you know what I'm getting at. They were aggressive as fuck. You know what I'm referring to with that. And then we get to the old thing that they've dealt with it recently, the Shatter Dive combo, but people still can do it. It's not nerfed enough. I would probably suggest making it so Shatter Dive can't kill people that aren't frozen. Same with Glacial Edge shatters to an extent, maybe? I don't know, I'm not a game dev. But anyhow, that's not the point. I do feel like it's overtuned. Shatter Dive and the Shatter Dive combo. But like, I wouldn't mind it being this overtuned if there was more to it than hold B. Well, press LB, hold B. So that's all it is. For example, you can do the Shatter Dive combo on the Titan Behemoth, but you can't do it as easy. Right? Because you got to throw down the grenade, right? Then you got to slide into it, which requires you to start a sprint up. So it's pretty much just doing a shoulder charge of extra steps. If I wanted a shoulder charge, I'll just put my skull for. So you can see why I don't use it. I prefer the suck grenade. That grenade is the best thing to exist. But it's going to probably get nerfed, so I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. Then we have the Behemoth. I'll speak about the Warlock's one last because that did get nerfed really quick. So, Behemoth Titan. This is what I've been saying to my friends. The agility or the durability. That's what I think super should be. Are they going to be fast? They have middle tier armor or low tier armor, right? Not as low as Chaos Reach. I think they need to bump Chaos Reach armor a bit if it's still the 40%. But yeah, if it's a really fast super, like Behemoth, Spectral Blades, Archstrider, they shouldn't have really high durability, like Spectral Blades when you're invisible and Behemoth in general. I do feel like Titans should have the strongest armored super. Behemoth is given them that title, and yes, I play a Titan, but that's how I feel because the Titans are meant to be of a tank class. Make their supers more tanky. Don't make them too tanky like Behemoth. Literally taking only 40% of the damage dealt to you is absurd. Right? I don't think it's balanced, but if they kept the durability while making the subclass slower, that'd be completely fine. Also, fuck you, Bungie, removing my Titan skating. Damn it. I enjoyed that. The Titan skating, right, was a glitch you could do. I don't know why they removed it. So, like, what you would do is you would jump, swing your sword and melee, and you'd just get sent flying. Like, faster than Destiny 1 Titan skating when you was just at a novice level. Right? You went really quick. So fast you could kill yourself hitting a wall. And you had to build up to get that. So, that's alright. It's got nerfed. I'm fine with them that they nerfed it, but I do hope they could. Maybe. I'm still holding out that they will. Do I think they will? Fuck no. Bungie don't like Titans. Looks like Behemoth from one on mask. Okay, I'll try to say. Then we get on to the aspect. Well, I don't know. It's aspects of fragments. One of the two, right? Glacial Chasm and Tectonic Harvest, right? Glacial Chasm is fine, but it does make it so apes, right? People who rely on their shotgun in almost all circumstances and all that, right? They get a lot of easy kills, right? Because how fast the bloody thing is. It's just really quick, right? Then we get to Tectonic Harvest, which I think is just balanced, and it does. You aren't forced to use the Glacianate, because your super generator, and you're gonna have like 4 hunters on your team using bloody Shatter Dive anyway, so you're gonna get the bloody things from that if you break them, or enemy hunters if you break them. Because I will do this, counter Shatter Dive. They throw down their thing, I will slide into their bloody damn things to weaken them and bloody melee them, and it works. With that new nerf, like Titans can counter bloody Shatter Dive fairly well. Now we get on to what's its name? Shadebinder. Right, Shadebinder in general now is quite in a bad spot. In general, like the subclass, with the nerfs they done to how long it froze, but I don't think they should be freezing it. So, yeah. Then we got the aspects, right? You got the whole bead to cast the freeze pulse, and the freezing someone or shattering them. It's one of the two. Sends out a cold snap grenade. I like that in PvE. That is really nice in PvE. Like I've got a build on my warlock where it's keeping my abilities up as much as possible, and that bloody that whole thing freezing enemies is really good because I have the ability regeneration fragment on. Super. The only issue I have with Super is it can shatter you from really far away, unlike the Titan Super and the Hunter's Shatter Dive to an extent now, if like you're frozen. But like, if comparing Supers, like this is another thing that Shatter Dive needs tuning. So when I look at Shatter Dive as a whole, the Shatter Dive, Shadebinder, you've got to understand that they went in and hit the Warlock hard, like in the first week or two. I can't remember the exact, like it's the first week or second. Right. Then we have the old problem of that happened with that nerf is you don't see you don't see Warlocks anymore, and when you do, they're often on Nova Bomb to counter stasis. Do I feel like that's quite good? Yes, because I'm not getting frozen much, and most of the community ain't getting pissed off by a Nova Bomb, but I do feel like they should be able to use what subclass they want. Right, now we get to the story of Beyond Light, right? We just see this as an overall like season year review. The story was okay, but I do feel like they let us down with the story of Eramis. They were building her up to be some sort of renaissance of old fallen, right? And just for her to say the servitors are useless, well they're not, but like, and all that, but going against fallen tradition, it does show that the darkness does taint people. Right? She was originally trying to rebuild devils, but then this happened with darkness. And that was like, okay, it's a bit generic though. I felt like I'm enjoying it, but what's the actual end goal? It's just like typical bad guy of the week. Season of the Hunt, right? As a concept, bad, very bad. Wrathborn hunts are shit. Reusing locations that we've been to before. Right? I'm not going to speak about reusing bosses. Destiny does it all. I expect that of Destiny. But like, reusing locations, like, remember Season of Dawn? They completely changed Mercury. They had the whole corridors of time and all that. Like most of year 3 had like unique areas for their like stuff. Yeah, there was only fair enough, 2 out of 4, right? The other 2, yeah, okay. Rivals had a dungeon. The Rivals had a dungeon. That's fine. Then like Worthy wasn't worthy. Like Season of the Hunt, Season of the Cunt. It was, the story was actually quite good. Reading through the lore books and all that, really good. Like how Aldrin can speak to the Traveller. I wonder what he's gonna be. And like Hawkmoon coming back in this random role thing. I'm still pissed that we only got 2 exotics. But if we had to sacrifice 1 exotic for Hawkmoon, being how it is, I'm fine. Right. I would like to know. I would rather have First Curse come back. I hope it does come back at some point, but I doubt it will. Yeah. Now we get on to the lack of loot and incentive. The weapons that I remember actually farming for are the Deepstone Crypt weapons. So I really like those weapons. I've got a decent roll on the shotty, but I don't have the damage buff. And the machine gun. I got 2 rolls on that machine gun and I fucking love it. I've got a PvE roll, Feeding Frenzy Rampage. And then I've got one that is just flashbacks to my D1 machine gun I used in that, where it had 0 recoil. So the loot, there's good. Right, when the loot is good, it's really, I don't mind farming it. But if it's shit, I don't like it. So we could redo the Empire hunts to farm the Europa weapons, or do the bounties. Fuck bounties. But like those the Empire hunts, they wouldn't rotate. It'd always be the fusion, the machine gun, and the bow. And anyone who knows me, I hate bows. Why do they exist? They're not how Bungie advertised them. Like, oh, you got a machine gun. Yeah, it doesn't one shot, and it's good they don't one shot. But unless they're a special weapon, that's fine. They can one shot the Then we have I've forgotten what its name is. Oh, Aldrin. Clay, whatever you want to call him. Right? His vendor screen, it's not bad, but I do think it could be better. I don't like the incentive of bounties. I'm happy that some bounties are getting removed for the new season. What is it, 13? Is it 14? I don't know. Literally, right, I haven't played D2 much. I got to level 100, right, and I think that's all it is, right. I wanted the duality on. I like duality. Look cool. The ornament looks so nice. So now we've got to the point of the video where I'm probably going to rant a bit more. The balance of PvP and the no care of PvP from Bungie. This is Bungie. They made Halo. What the fuck is going on? I know it's not the same people, right? But don't they understand? Bungie has a history of making good multiplayer games. Halo. I don't know about like Myth and all that. I didn't play those. I wasn't around. Literally, my first game was Halo C, and I was like 4. Okay. But like, I grew up with Halo, so like seeing the company that I pretty much had as a second caretaker. Yeah, game shouldn't look after kids, but I'm saying that anyway. So like, I would sit there and play Halo for hours. If it's the campaign, me pissing about in Forge, just walking around and mapping custom games when I was younger, envisioning enemies and I'm gunning them down. Firefight on ODST and Reach. Whatever it is, right? I enjoy playing Halo when I was younger.
Enemy has zone advantage.
Then we get to this major problem, balancing. Stasis in PvP in general isn't a good thing with freezing and some things from the freezing. Like getting a damage boost on the Crimson, 2 bursting is not balanced. 2 tapping with Ace can be because you gotta get killed beforehand, then freeze. But I do feel like PvP as a whole is suffering because of this. And I don't know what's going to take with Bungie to get there. But I hope they do, with the new season, do that renewed focus on PvP, right? New maps, probably not. New strikes, literally reinvent strikes. By that I mean, take your steps backwards to D1, that had a perfect strike system. like the modifiers, even the Nightfall. I prefer D1's Nightfall over this Grandmaster shit. Maybe keep the GM Nightfalls, but the old Nightfalls I preferred. Gambit just needs to be changed entirely. So, as a whole, right, Beyond Light was very mediocre. I do feel like Bungie tried too much, and I would like them to actually do what the community wants, not what happens in Luke's fantasy land of ruining the game. That's what I think. Not set in stone or anything. I just think Luke isn't the choice. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.